I came to this retreat, I put out an intention that I would heal an anaphylactic food allergy and release procrastination, which is an old program of mine. But anyway, it's been there for a long time. And so that was just my intention. I thought, you know what? I heard of someone else's intention or actual healing once recently about healing all of these allergies. It was amazing, the testimonial. I thought, wow, if she can do all that, I can heal my one food allergy that is anaphylactic, and really, I had life-saving measures a few times. Vegetable peppers and all the associated spices. So paprika, cayenne, and anything that those are in that come from the vegetable plant pepper. I carry 4 EpiPens when I travel. I have 2 EpiPens in my purse at all times, and I carry Benadryl. So very significant and happens within 2 minutes. I thought I had healed it once before, but I fell back into the old programming. And so now I'm happy to say that this is my experience this week. But in the first couple of meditations, my body was really shaking a lot. And I just surrendered. My plan was just to totally surrender as much as I could so that I could just take in all the love. And I felt on Tuesday when I went to bed that I had like shaken so much. It was like, what am I shaking out? The old me, the old paradigms and everything. And then on Wednesday, Dr. Joe was doing, I think it was Wednesday, Dr. Joe was doing a teaching for about an hour before he showed us the kaleidoscope. And he's just teaching, and the room's full of 850 people, and I'm sitting there, and my heart started expanding. It was like my heart was this giant globe of light, and it just kept on growing and growing, up, down, everywhere, like all directions. Kept on growing. And as I took in a deep breath, I was blowing it out through my mouth. And it got bigger and bigger so that my heart had expanded so much. And then I had a full torus field going on. I had it going up and out my crown, and I had then the reverse field coming as well. And I'm laying on the floor, just taking deep breaths and blowing it out through my mouth. And one of the team leaders came over, and I could only focus on the breathing because the energy was like a freight train. I don't know how to describe how much energy was going through me. And she came over and placed a hand on my heart and said, you're okay, you're having an ecstasy moment. And I managed to go, I know. like, yes, I know, believe me. It was the most amazing, profound experience for feeling the amount of love that I was feeling flowing through me. She asked me if I wanted some water. I just, no. I don't want this to stop. Like, I didn't say that because I had to just keep on breathing. And when it came time to do the kaleidoscope meditation, I didn't want to miss it. So I tuned in with intention, like, can you please just calm down enough that I can get back up in the chair to do the meditation? And so I did get back up in the chair, and then we did the meditation with the kaleidoscope, the practice with it, and then we were laying down on the floor, and the whole torus field was there again as I'm laying on the floor. It was incredible. That's the first time I've ever felt that. It was absolutely incredible. And so the next day was the challenge, and I had the junkyard challenge that you climb up this rope, hanging rope, lattice kind of thing, climb up over a beam, and then you're climbing up a group of tires, rubber tires all connected together. And I got up to climb up the rubber tires, and as I was climbing up, I had both my arms up on tires, my feet in the bottom tire, and now I'm swinging, and my arms started singing to me. So my arms weren't hurting, I don't have any pain in my body, I didn't have any issues with my physical body coming to the retreat, but my arms started singing. I could hear them like singing, but I didn't know the message. So I stopped swinging and put my feet back down on the beam, and I looked at my arms, and then I just stood there with one arm on the tire, just balancing myself. And the message that I heard, are you really going to keep on pushing and pulling and efforting your way through life? And I stopped, and it just had this incredible moment that I've done that for so long. And what was I doing to myself now? Why haven't I healed myself completely? Because I've been in energy healing and doing Dr. Joe's amazing work, the practice of that, for 2 years. So why haven't I? Because I keep on pushing and pulling and efforting my way through matter to matter. And so I stopped and I went into heart coherence. And my answer to the question, do you want to keep on pushing and pulling, was absolutely no. So then I'm in heart coherence. So then I looked at the rope with the logs on it. That is another way to go up. So then I reached over for the rope and the logs to get on to go up, and I realized as this arm, one arm is singing to me, I stopped. I just stopped and went back into my heart, and I just stood there. I wasn't holding on to anything. I was just standing balanced on this beam up in the air, listening to my right arm saying, "Are you really going to keep on going, Tracy?" I just stood there and said, "No, I am going to heal." And my intention right then was, I am healing. I'm healing. So I just looked down and said, I'm ready to come down. They said, keep on going, you're doing really well. I said, no, I'm coming down, I got the message. So I came down. As soon as I got down on the ground and I stood up, the torus field was all there again, full again, that I'm in alignment. The next day after that challenge exercise, I had a coherence healing. And in the coherence healing, it was so amazing that my body, when I went into the circle, before the Heelys in the cage were even sitting down, I laid down, I closed my eyes, and the whole torus field was there, but it was all lit up. Like I felt like it was all lit up. I was a part of that light. And then just, I don't even know how to describe it other than the energy took over my body. I wasn't able to move anything myself because I was being moved. I couldn't tune in. It was so strong and so powerful that my legs came up off the ground. My knees were coming up like almost to my chest, and they were pumping like a piston kind of thing. And my energy centers were all being pumped at the same time. So I just totally surrendered to it. And my body jumped and bounced and contracted, and my chest came up off the ground, my head came up off the ground, and my legs kept on doing that as well. And my clothes were all up all over the place, and these sounds came out of me. All the jerking and the pumping action all stopped, and my body was now on the ground. And I just went into this most amazing, beautiful, blissful state of relief, for one thing, and that I had fully surrendered. It was like, yay, I totally surrendered. And then I thought, oh, this is beautiful now. And then this amazing, warm feeling came over the top of my whole body. And it was about 6 inches off the top of my body, the whole way down. And then I saw shimmering lights. And it was the whole front of me that it's like it was my new blueprint. I realized it was my new blueprint because it came down into me, like on top of me, and kept on going right into me. And it was all just this beautiful shimmering light. And it went right into me, and I knew this is new me, that it's me. I really had a complete healing. And when I heard Dr. Joe's voice about coming back, I couldn't come back because I wasn't feeling all connected yet, or I wasn't feeling in my body. And I was able to open my eyes and look straight up at the ceiling, and I had a feeling of people being around me, but I couldn't do anything. So I just closed my eyes again, just surrendered to it. And eventually I was able to wiggle a fingertip on each hand and then one toe, but my other leg wasn't back at all. And then so I tuned into my heart, and I could feel my heart, and then it started expanding. And then gradually I came back into my body, and it was like absolutely incredible. And just I felt so blessed that actually I had made a decision. I'm healing. I totally surrendered. I'm healed, and I'm totally, totally new. I think I'm at Friday now, the first pineal gland meditation. And when it came to laying down, I laid down. And I was feeling so connected. It was so beautiful. And a light being came down and laid beside me, right along my right side. And my whole body lit up. And it just felt so blissful and so full of love. And the message, I don't think it was words, but the message was, we're fine-tuning. And I was being fine-tuned. And so I just surrendered, and I went off on this amazing journey. And I saw so many things on this journey. It was incredible.
What about the healing? I mean, I know you're not going to go out and like scarf a bunch of peppers, but...
But I did eat something.
You did?
Yes, and it's gone.
Can you tell me about it?
Yes, so what day was the healing? I forget. And
Friday.
Friday? Okay. So I ate, I think it was lunch yesterday, that for sure had some spicy stuff in the marinara sauce. And I had just looked at the buffet table, and I'm new me, and I didn't even think further. I didn't allow myself to go back to the thoughts that I normally would worry about. And normally I would just not have the sauce, and I would eat the other things that I knew were safe for me. I just went ahead and I put a scoop of the sauce on and ate it. Thought, this is tasty, it's a little bit zingy, and ate it, and I knew I was totally fine. And all I did was 146, we've got this, and ate it. And then today, it's like it's a little divine test setup or something. It's, I don't even know what you call them because I haven't had them in so long, like little tacos or something with your choice of meat, and then this very spicy sauce. I didn't go for the sauce, but I went for the meat, and the meat was spicy. And I thought, oh, this is delicious. And I'm totally fine.
In your old box, if you ate something like that, what
Within
might happen?
Within 2 minutes, I would have a rash all over my body. I would have a feeling of my throat closing off. I would have taken Benadryl right away, and I would have had my EpiPen in my hand if the Benadryl didn't start doing something quickly. And I would give myself the epinephrine and call 911 and be in emergency hospital. Yeah. And the doctor, the last time that it happened, that I had to have a couple of shots of epinephrine before I got to the hospital, he said to me, every time you travel, make sure you have 4 or 5 EpiPens with you because you can only take one every 15 minutes. And he said, if you're too far from the hospital, you won't make it. They were so close to having to intubate me, even though I had 2 EpiPens. And that creates a lot of freedom in my life because, you know, and comfort for me to be able to order food and that without putting other people into this, oh no, look out, we've got an anaphylactic allergy, and then all the people that are affected by that. And going to friends' homes for dinner and traveling, I travel a fair bit. So now I can be free to eat what I choose to eat that will nourish my body and soul.